Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. And today, I am going to experience my own city as a tourist. Yes, I am here, New York City, down by City Hall. And I'm gonna do something I haven't done before. Been living here most of my life. I've never walked across the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, I hear people who come to the city, it's on like the bucket list of things to do. People want to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. But to me, it's always been like a means of transit, right? It's a means of connecting the city to Brooklyn. It was also like during the big blackout that we had way back when, I remember just like so many people used it as a way of getting home. So it's like the Brooklyn Bridge has a very different meaning for me as a local. But I wanted to see what all the hubbub is about. I want to see what it's like to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. So I'm gonna take you with me. Come on, let's go do it. So the easiest way to get here is by train. 456 and JZ both stop right here at the Brooklyn Bridge City Hall station. City Hall is to the right, and the Brooklyn Bridge is to the left. Super easy. There are also a bunch of carts, so if you need a little snack for your walk, if you need a hot dog or a pretzel, all the food carts are all out here. They know. So I got across the street and I am on the footpath, and the first thing I notice, it is busy. It's busy. It's really busy. So I'm here after work. So it's like 6 o'clock on a weekday when I'm doing this. So I don't know if this is people commuting and walking home, or if this is people visiting our town, but this footpath, it is packed. There are a lot of people doing this with me right now. You can see all the buildings, and this is like an angle that you don't usually get because we're up on the bridge. I feel like I'll be able to appreciate that more on the way back because I'll be just walking towards Manhattan, whereas like right now I'm walking towards Brooklyn and I'm like kind of craning around to see all the buildings and enjoy that view. So onwards to Brooklyn, onwards. So if you want an idea of what rush hour traffic looks like in New York, here is a glimpse of it. So something I want to mention that might feel obvious to some people, but you might overlook, could go either way. Because it's a bridge, it's an incline. So if you're not used to doing a lot of walking, if you're not used to doing incline walking, like I'm feeling it. I do walking, and whew, I'm about a quarter of the way. I'm not even at the top of the bridge yet, and whew, I feel it. I can feel it. So, you just take it at your own pace. It's not a race, it's not a contest. Take it at your pace and enjoy the view. Moving along, and I got to this part of the bridge where it all of a sudden feels like a boardwalk. All of a sudden it feels like a boardwalk with the wooden slats, but yet this is where I am. There were just some people on the bridge like taking pictures like that you could purchase. It was kind of a little annoying. They like made a wall so you couldn't just go past them. So I had to just be like, no, and just kept on walking. So just remember, if you are approached by somebody and it's not something you're interested, just be firm, just no, and you just walk on. But now I'm getting to the part of the bridge where the views are kicking in. The views are here. Let me show you. And because the views are kicking in, the bottlenecks are kicking in. Everyone's stopping and taking pictures over here. It's great views, great background, great scenery, but it does get very crowded and clustered right at that moment. But I'm walking on. I'm walking on. This is actually really cool, like this vantage point. I've driven across the Brooklyn Bridge before. I've never been up here. I've never been able to go so slow that like I really take this in. Like, this is really nifty. And like being between all of these like cabling, like this is the cabling keeping the bridge up. And we're just walking in between them. It's like being in a spider web. Yeah, definitely has spider web vibes. So we have the Manhattan Bridge on that side. We're on the Brooklyn Bridge, and then looking out in the distance, you can see the Verrazano Bridge. You can see Governor's Island is this small island near us. Past that is Staten Island. The views are absolutely stunning, and by happenstance, I made it here right around sunset. This is gonna be nice. Look at this. Look at that. It's like, okay, we got a plaque here, so we got some history to be learned. History to be learned here. 1883, the city of Brooklyn. It was first settled by the Dutch in 1630s and incorporated into the city in 1834. Yeah, look at that. And this is sort of showing some landmarks. You got Trinity Church, St. Paul's Church, the BQE, which, by the way, lots of traffic. Yeah. Okay, we're about halfway through. Let's keep going. Keep on going. I am really awestruck by the structure of the cabling and the way that it has us walking through the middle, because that I was not expecting. Like, I knew it's a suspension bridge. I know that it has these cables, but this wasn't what I was expecting. This wasn't the experience I was expecting, and I'm like both pleasantly surprised and just like, there's an art to it. There is design to it. This is not just functional. There's form to it, and it's amazing. It's amazing, and I can't do it justice. You gotta come do the walk. You gotta come do the walk. Also, once you get to this area again with all the slats, like the boardwalk area, it's leveled off a lot. It's much flatter and easier to walk across. So there was that like initial moment when I was like walking across where it was like I was huffing and puffing, but really once these like boardwalk type slats start, it's been level. The incline has it's been non-existent. It's been easy walk once you get past that part. At least going from Manhattan to Brooklyn. We'll see how it is when I come back. Okay, we are almost to the Brooklyn side. We are just about there. But once I got past the middle, a lot of the foot traffic thinned out. There's much more elbow room now. But look at this. Let's just take a moment and appreciate this, because this is awesome. And I am coming up on the end of the bridge. I did it. I made it. Okay, I am all the way back at ground level now, and we are in Dumbo. Now, Mercury, what is Dumbo? What are you talking about? Is there a flying elephant around here? No, my friends. As we were walking, I mentioned there was a second bridge we could see, and that was the Manhattan Bridge, right? We walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, but we could see the Manhattan Bridge. Well, DUMBO is an acronym, and what it stands for, Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. It is a very trendy neighborhood. It's pretty cool, but that will be a video for another day because I'm beat. I gotta wrap up, but I gotta walk back. I mean, I could take public transit back, but the sun's setting and I want to catch it. Gotta do this in reverse. Let's go back to Manhattan. And there are a lot of great neighborhoods to explore outside of Manhattan. Dumbo is just one of many neighborhoods, but there's so much to explore. There are a lot of great places to go, and not just in Manhattan. So New York City is comprised of 5 boroughs, right? So most of the time when people say they're going to New York City, what they're talking about is Manhattan, which is the island of Manhattan and one of those 5 boroughs. So, what else comprises New York City? Well, you got Brooklyn, you got Queens, you got the Bronx, and you got Staten Island. Put them all together, and that is New York City. And each one of those areas has their own sort of like cultures and gems and things to be seen. There is literally something amazing in every borough of New York City. And it could take a long time to explore them all, because heck, I live here and I haven't even explored them all yet. Look at this view. The sun is heading down. You can see some helicopters in the distance. Yeah. So I'm heading back to Manhattan, and I feel like the views are I don't know if I want to call it better, but more quintessential New York, going from Brooklyn into Manhattan as opposed to the other way around. It's just, you see the skyline and everything that like you think of and would come to mind. Like right there, right in front of us is One World Trade, right? So you have the World Trade Center right there. We're on the Brooklyn Bridge. The Empire State Building's over there in the distance. You know, quintessential New York. We even got Lady Liberty in the distance. Yep, you could see her on the island holding up the torch. Yep, she's right there too. I mean, I feel like the only thing that's missing is like a slice of pizza. But other than that, welcome to New York. So as I'm walking, I'm noticing all these locks that are like padlocked onto different parts of the bridge, right? Like here. And there's a whole bunch of them. Like if we go down, there's a whole bunch. So what I'm about to say is just a presumption and my opinion. My presumption is that this is similar to what happened in Paris, where they put like locks on the bridge over there, it's like leave your heart kind of a thing. Please don't do this. Please, please, please do not do this. Locks add weight to the bridge. It throws the weight balance off and it causes damage. Please do not put locks on the bridge. So in Paris, it caused damage. I presume it would do the same thing here. I would not be surprised if, you know, the city just comes around and removes them to prevent damage. There's better ways to say that you're leaving your heart here. All right, we are almost back on land on the Manhattan side. It really is just a vibe. It's truly a vibe, just walking the bridge. So I did it. I finished the walk. I'm like on the tail end of coming down off the bridge. That was a beautiful walk, especially at sunset. What a great time I picked to come here. It was amazing. You know, it's one of those things you could do if you know, it's a free activity, right? You don't have to pay an admission to walk the bridge, so that's always great. And it was so beautiful. So I'm really glad that I made this decision today. I really am. So, it took me about 25 minutes to do the walk each direction, so a little under an hour in total. So if you do this and you find yourself on the Brooklyn side, go explore DUMBO. It is a great neighborhood. There is shopping, there are restaurants, there's great views, lots of great scenic picture spots. Time Out Market is over there, so there is a lot to do over there too. So I hope that you found this helpful. I will continue to do more of these like New York 101 series, and if you like it, let me know. If there's some place in New York City you want me to go explore and show you, let me know that too. And with that, I am done for the day. I will see you all real soon, and until then, stay inspired. Bye everyone. Take care.